So hello guys. I am here today to explain a little bit about the lipobemic injection and the liposemic injection. I get a ton of questions and I'm going to try to cover everything today. So I have Lola here that is going to do an injection for you guys to show you exactly how it's supposed to be done. But let me just explain a little bit about the difference between the different injections. So as you guys know, we have lipobemic and liposemic. We have 0.3 and 0.5. So the lipobemic, which is the red injection, is for my people that are looking for some weight loss and they lack energy. You always tired, you fatigue. Appetite is really hit or miss, and I'll be honest about that as far as it suppressing the appetite. But the main thing of the injection is to increase the metabolism and burn fat. So with your lipobemic, you get the MIC, which is the fat burning property, and you get the B12. And B12 is what will increase your energy and in part increase your metabolism. And so you have 0.3 and you have 0.5. And people always ask me, well, should I do 0.3 or 0.5? So number one, I'm going to tell you that it is a preference thing. For somebody just starting out that have never did the injections, I will always recommend starting with 0.3, only because you are introducing a foreign substance into your body. So a lot of people can tolerate doing the 0.5 in the beginning. I even have some patients that do that. But for the people that's not my patient, that I haven't had a chance to look at your history or anything, I do recommend you start with 0.3. Another factor that you can use to determine which one is your actual weight loss goal. So if you have a weight loss goal of 30 pounds and under, I would definitely recommend you start with 0.3. If your weight loss goal is 30 pounds or greater, then 0.5 is an option. Another thing would be to start with the 0.3 and end with the 0.5. As we all know, your body, no matter what it is, will build up a tolerance. That's across the board. That's no matter if it's pills, it's medicine, it's weight loss, it's blood pressure, your body will build up a tolerance. So my thing, and the thing I recommend my patients to do, is start with 0.3. When you start noticing like the effects are not as great and the weight loss is not as great, then it's time for 0.5. My preference, that's what I recommend my patients to do. I also get a question all the time, can you do both? Can you do lipobemic and liposemic at the same time? And I guess my best answer to that question is that one of them minus B12, which is the CMIC, which do produce stronger fat burning properties. So I would recommend, if you are a person that lack energy, but you want really aggressive weight loss, then you can do both, but cautionally. So the thing of doing both would be to do a red injection one day, skip a day, the next day do a clear injection, skip a day, the next time do a red injection. My biggest point with that is letting you know this is a every other day injection, whether it's 0.5 or 0.3. If you calculate that dosage altogether in a week, you don't want to go above every other day. I have specifically designed it for it to be every other day because, number one, I wanted you to get the maximum effects for the medication, but most importantly, above everything, I wanted to keep it safe. So that is kind of my sweet point with allowing the maximum benefit, the max dose, but also the maximum effectiveness. So I do not recommend you doing the injection every day. If you do the injection every day, you can cause your B12 to skyrocket and you can put your liver in overdrive as far as burning the fat out. So this, no matter what, no ifs, ands, and buts, whether you're on red or clear, is an every other day injection. Now I do have some people that do red one day, clear one day, and they rotate it like that to get the maximum effects of both. So that I am okay with. Outside of that, whether you're on red or clear, every other day. Another big point to make is that the injections are not targeted weight loss. The only injection that you can get that is targeted is the one in office, and that's because it's for professional use only, and it can't be used outside of the office. So we do offer targeted weight loss in the clinic where I can just strictly target your chin or your arms or your stomach or your back, and you won't lose weight anywhere else. But again, that's something that we offer in clinic. When you are doing a lipobemic or liposemic injections, that is a all over weight loss thing. No ifs or ands or buts about it. It don't matter if you inject it in your arms, in your stomach, in your back. It still is going to help you get rid of weight overall. So I have some people that inject multiple times in the stomach or the thigh. That actually really don't matter. It's a preference thing where you inject. Where is it more comfortable for you? Where it's easy to reach for you, easy to make sure you sanitize and stick the injection. That's the only determining factor of where to inject. No matter where you inject, it's going to have the same effect. And actually, my preference is the belly. The belly is closer to your heart. The medicine circulate. It expel the fat out your liver. I think the stomach is the best solution. But the choice is yours. Wherever you're comfortable, wherever it's easier access for you, that's where you should inject. So next I'm going to explain the clear injection. And so same thing I said as far as whether to do 0.3 or 0.5. Now I do recommend a clear injection for people that have a high B12, that already have trouble sleeping, that don't have issues being fatigued, any of that. So insomnia, you have a lot of energy or anything, then I absolutely recommend the clear injection. Now, the $1 million question that I get is which one's stronger. And all in all, I am going to say Lipotropic is stronger as far as the fat burning property. But one thing you got to know is that it's not always about fat burning to maximize weight loss. So yes, the Lipotropic may be stronger as far as fat burning, but are you a person that lacks energy? Are you a person whose metabolism is low? Because guess what? If you're a person whose metabolism is slow or you lack energy, then you still need the Lipotropic over the Lipotropic to maximize your weight loss goal. Everybody is different. So yes, SC may be stronger for this person that has insomnia or is already very energetic and their metabolism is on the higher side. On the flip side of that, Lipotropic may be the strongest option for you because you lack the energy and your metabolism is slower. So I think you should take that into account when you're making a decision about purchasing. Another thing is when we're talking about these products online and the injections, so the injections are for the more minimum weight loss goes. So I would never be on a person on here selling you a dream and saying, oh, you can do the injections and nothing else ever and you're going to lose 200 pounds. Well, that's not true. But the injections can help maximize and shorten the time of your weight loss goal. So yes, you can lose 30 pounds with the injections. I've even had people lose 50 pounds with the injection only. But when you're getting into those weight loss goals, that's 100 pounds or greater, if you're looking for a boost, something to help you lose your first 30, your first 50, then absolutely, the injections is the way to go. But if you're looking to fully lose 100 pounds with no diet or exercise, then I recommend the All Over Weight Loss program. That's the program where you don't have to diet and exercise, and I can still get the weight off of you. And then we make small, realistic weight loss changes to maintain the weight loss. So just keep in mind when you're using at-home products, like drink water, go walking, help the products along. If I'm not giving you a prescription medication that's going to kill your appetite and rev your metabolism up, then offer some assistance. That is where you're going to see your best benefits. So Lipotropic, strong fat burning, no energy increasing, no B12. So that's the difference between the two. I am open to consults. If you book a consult and you need even more explanation or anything like that, then I'll explain. As far as contraindications or adverse reactions, I have not had any serious adverse reactions from the injections. I have had somebody do a 0.5 for the first time and didn't eat or anything, and they felt a little nauseated or had a headache. Outside of that, no serious adverse reactions. The only contraindication is liver disease. So if you have the liver, is what's filtering the fat out your body. If you have liver disease, then I do not recommend the injections. And the only other time I would say absolutely no is if you're pregnant. We try to keep the body as natural as possible when you're pregnant. So pregnant and liver disease is the only contraindications to these injections. High blood pressure, diabetes, gastric bypass, any of those things, these injections can actually help you along the way. We all know with comorbidities, a lot of it start with weight. A lot of it, that's the telltale thing. For some people, it's genetic and different things like that, but a lot of times it starts with weight. So we can still use those injections with those comorbidities, and it actually can help. I have had some of my people blood sugar lower than it's ever been. Blood pressure is controlled. All different sorts of things. So there is no contraindication as far as comorbidity wise. I hope this helped you guys as far as explaining the different types of injections. And so now I have 2 different people that's going to show you exactly how to use either one. And so Miss Lola is going to do the red lipo-B-MIC injection. She is doing 0.3. And then I have another patient that's going to do the clear injection, 0.3. And they're going to demonstrate fully how the process goes.
So I take the alcohol wipe, and I normally inject in my stomach. When you get your instructions, it basically tells you everything from even making sure if I inject in my stomach and this is my preferred spot, don't inject in the same part of my stomach every time, so I don't have any bruising to come along with it. Once I clean my belly, this is where I'm going to inject right here. I take the 0.3 injection, and it's really just the size of the medicine, and it really, you don't really feel it. Now, I am someone who is terrified of needles, and you see I didn't even flinch when I put it in, and you just push down slowly. I do let it sit there before I pull it out to make sure all the medicine is in, and then I go in and wipe it again, and that's it. There's no bleeding, no bruising, no damaging. If you're at home, I normally either keep a little bucket just to dispose these in so the kids don't get around them or anything, and then make sure I throw them away. But yeah.
So now I have Miss Sandy here, and she's getting prepared. This is one of my more extras patients, but she has lost a great deal of weight, so I can deal with all the extraness. She popping. So Miss Sandy is going to demonstrate how you do the lipo-C-MIC injection, the clear injection, and what's your preferred spot to inject in your stomach, your arm, your belly. I told y'all the belly is the place to be. So she is going to demonstrate to you guys how to do an injection. So she's camera shy, y'all, but we gonna get there.
Okay.
Y'all see her on there popping her stuff. Then lost all that weight.
Yeah. Okay. Put a little piece out.
So she's cleaning it with alcohol.
Clean it. All the germs.
Yes.
Then you just stick it in.
So one of the biggest points to not bruise or bleed or anything is to make sure you pick in a different location of your belly every time. I'm not saying once you inject here, you can never inject her again, but I'm saying you should rotate it. Like one day, every other 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 day, and just rotate across your whole stomach, and it will minimize the bruising and bleeding. Miss Sandy is one of my ambassadors. She has lost a great deal of weight. Yes. Like I said, she is popping, so follow her on TikTok.
His favorite fat girl.
Period.
I'm here, Ashley.